They were up at the high pad, or main shaft pad, middle of the Crown King. Main shaft was right over there. There's a big water tank up there. The road goes down the hill there, and one back this way. Here's the pad. We've been using this dump for road fill for the town, the roads association. So this would be a nice building pad right here too. And we've been dig a spot down halfway down. Lady with 2 acres at the south bottom of the hill here, the 17 acres, she has hers for sale too. It was 2 acres of the Silver King. You can see the other lot over there, that old camper up on that high pad. So you can see they have the view of the valley there. But Crown King's right down in the middle of the valley here. I dug a pad up there. There's a little cabin could set up in there. Could set here, or maybe a workshop or a hobby shop. And then I got a road cut going up here to a couple pads. One back over here, one up, and then farther one up, yeah, all the way up. So we can get to all the property here. There's the high pad, big pad. Put a nice house up here, a nice cabin. Get out here to the view. It goes up this way. And I got a back road that cuts up to there, turns that way, and then it goes up the hill, up to the top of this spot right here, and then back all the way to the fence line, the north part of the property. So we'll go up there next. But here's the King view right here. Harder road. Winter access would be an issue. The roads are steep, but man, is it nice most of the year. You can see the old camper down there, the other 8 acres down there. I don't know if I can see that. Right there's the 8 acres. It covers that hillside right in there. That's pretty nice too. And we were just down at that lot right down there. There's the road going back to it. So, or not a lot, just a pad. This is a 17-acre lot. I don't know if you can split it more. The patent was around 20 acres. We got 2 acres off of it. There's 17, or there was like 19 or something originally. So I don't know if the county let you subdivide it or not. Might be able to. Okay, we're at this high spot above the high pad, and then this little road goes back around and down to the north property line. I did that to gain access to the vein that runs down the center of the property. So this is going back down. Here's the pad that we were just on, right down there. The cabin could set there. Here you can see the whole valley. Now here you can see that lower 8 parts are pretty good. If I can get my finger in there. Right. Up there's the high pad. So this 8 acres does that number. Camp is down there at the bottom. The water comes out. So that's a nice pad. This 17 acres here is really nice. Be a shame to split it up, actually. We're close to the ridge line. It's only about 400 feet up to the ridge line. You see the trees up there. That's the Gladiator Road, goes up and comes along that ridge line and back down the towers. Some of the towers over there. So that's right there, those trees. Brush is thick. There's a house or cabin up at the ridge up above. Oh, there you can see it right there. He comes in from a high road, or Gladiator Road, that house right there. Nice plot. They can't get up there in the winter. They're shut out. If there's any snow. There's snow heavy. That's about 7,400 feet up there. So I think we're about, yeah, maybe it's 72 because this is about 6,900 feet elevation up here. Here's the second shaft on the Crown King right here. You can get into it. It's very dangerous, so you'll want to go in there. Higher pad up there, and this is the main road right here. It turns up here and switches back. This road here is a fairly new road that goes to a spot for, you could have a cabin as well. Down there was the main shaft where it was at with the dump. So we'll go up here. Now this is that little pad, so it needs to be made bigger, but here's a start. Here's a, give somebody a start. They could dig into the side there. Nice road goes down. You know, beautiful lot. Beautiful spot. This is one of the lower pads right here. This is part of the 8 acres that sits right here. There's another pad right down here. House pad. We got a septic permit for that. We never built it. Down below is where the camp is. So this is an 8 acre parcel here. It's got an adit with running water out of it. Steady trickle all year long. Up here is the 17 acre parcel. That's the Silver King patent. The Crown King mine. You can see the workings right in there. That's the main dump and the main shaft in that area. And then we got a higher pad right there, cut in. And a couple other ones. We got roads going all the way up to the top of the property. It's about 400 feet down, about in there from the ridge. So nice property. Several spots to build cabins on. I got one parcel there. I don't know if they'll let you split it anymore, but I got probably 4 pads cut in there. So 4 possibilities is good spots. Here's this high pad on the 8 acres. The old camper here. It's no good. It's wide open. Bunch of junk in there. Be cleaned up and fixed up, I guess. Nice pad. There's the big lot up there, the main mine, the Crown King. This is the big pad on the 8 acres. Quite a view. Got the view of the whole valley here. It's been a while since I cut this. There's a lot of brush growing on it. But right down in here, I got a path right down here to, this is where I was going to put the leach field. So I got this for the leach field. And we did a perk test on it. I had the design too. And I think I even permitted it. I don't know if I'll be able to find that information or not, but right down below is the camp there, and they add it with the water. Probably 300 feet. There's a shaft over that way. But this is up at the top of the hill. Nice spot. And the road, Gray Eagle Road, goes this way down the Towers Mountain Road. And that's, you can get up here in the winter fairly easy there. And the road goes across the main property down and connects to the Gladiator. You can go down that way too. There's a couple steep spots back here in the winter. Might be tricky, but I've been here with snow before. Lots up there are going to be a little bit harder to get to in the heavy winter. The roads are so tight. Here we're down by camp. He camps right here. We're on the bottom of the hill of that 8 acre lot. So here's the adit that goes in about 180 feet and then turns, goes up the vein. It's plugged. There's a vent shaft at the end. Should be gold in the bottom of that. It's a lot of rock and caved in. There's a little bit of a dam right here built that I busted a hole in to clean the sand out. The sand was half halfway up that wall. So that thing was filling full of sand, but I opened it up and it's draining out. But we got a steady stream. Water comes out. I could patch a hole and set up a spot. We're going to have a pump right in there, just inside the wall. Get cool water out of there. Pump it up to the lot. Up that way.